Hello everybody and welcome to JSmith Takes a Quick Look at Chuck's Challenge. I am JSmith and I am on the internet. Thank you very much for joining with me today. Today we are going to be taking a look at, again, Chuck's Challenge. This is developed by Team Niffler and successfully kickstarted and greenlit. Chuck's Challenge is the spiritual successor to Chip's Challenge, a puzzle-solving game PC that I played a lot as a kid on like the DOS and like probably Microsoft 95, 98, something around like that sort of time era. So, although this isn't released on Steam yet, you can pick up Chuck's Challenge on Desura for $10, or if you spend $20, you can get the game plus the full set of game elements for Create Mode, plus the soundtrack and digital artwork. Chuck's Challenge 3D, while not perfect, does take a lot of what makes Chip's Challenge so great and addictive and implement that in a 3D playing field. So, in short, it's a really addictive puzzle game. There are 125 levels and the best times are published online, so it's nice to have like that sort of leaderboard as well. You can create your own levels, you can search for user created levels, and also there's a weekly puzzle. I'm not sure, I kind of wish it was daily, but I guess you don't understand like how many people are going to be making puzzles per day, so like you want to expect like a Spelunky daily, but you get a Splunky weekly, I suppose. So the first thing that we are going to do is just, let's get into this. So we are going to play. There are 5 different settings for difficulty, starting at easy, medium, hard, and medium again. I don't know why it goes back to medium for Eclair, but I've played up to level 16 in the second mode and level 9 into the first mode. The first mode, I just kind of got, it serves as a little bit of a tutorial. So let's even just go check this out. And we'll check out one of these ones really quick, and then we'll move on to some of the harder difficulty levels as well. So in this particular level, when I press these buttons, it switches for, is that forever, or is it just when I step on it again? Alright, just step on it again. So I've never played this level. I just gotta figure out what makes it work. So if I go up back here, press the blue one, I can now press red. Maybe I go back to green. Then I can hit red and eventually make my, ooh, I see what I did there. So if I press yellow, then I should, so I am a little bit confused. Let's make that go down. Make that go down. And I'll go in here. Press the red. Now I would like to press yellow again. And last but not least, I need to press green. Now back to yellow. And over to red, and that accomplishes that first level. Wonderful. Maybe I should stick to levels that I've completed already. But in any case, 22, 469, not a bad. And so, not a bad level. But the cool thing about this is I can see my ranking online, and I can see how fast I can do it, and I can also try to do it a little bit faster as well. So let's go back to the first levels here, and let's see what sort of elements that kind of bring me into this. So the first time I played this, I was like, is this really supposed to be the spiritual successor to Chip's Challenge? Like, what makes it so different? And then, after a while, it takes you a little bit to actually realize the intricacies of this game, and it gets a little bit better than just being this weird little alien. Speaking of the alien, you might be wondering, why are you playing as an alien, Josh? Well, the reason for that is I have no idea. In Chuck's Challenge, you play as Whoop, this purple alien. I have no idea why you play as the purple alien, but you do. You also may be wondering who the hell Chuck is. Well, Chuck's the dude in the Hawaiian shirt that you see every once in a while, and he's actually the developer of the game, Chuck Somerville. So if I go over to the left here, you can see me step on this yellow, or the Hawaiian shirt, and this is Chuck. So this one may require some brain power, sure, but can you cope? Oi, yes, of course, I can. Okay, as I said, if things just get in your way, just move them. Simple, right? Yes, but this level looks big. I think I might have to use my camera vision by using the analog joystick. Plus, I can zoom in and out and rotate the camera by pinching the trigger buttons. I'm not using the 360 controller because one reason or another, this game hates using the 360 controller, so what I just end up doing is using my just mouse and keyboard, and that seems to work out pretty well for me. for the time being. So I'm using my X and Z to zoom or to flip this around, and V and C to get a much wider screen of a view. So these blue blocks, I can move them if there's nothing beside them, or if they're not pressing up against the wall, and a lot of them at the same time as well. For these blocks, I can only move one at a time. So even if they're like two stacked in a row, can't move that. I have to only move this one. So I can move that down there, move the green down, and finish the level that way. So a lot of these are all levels that can be completed in a short amount of time. The most amount of time I've probably spent on one level is 8 to 10 minutes, I would say, max. And I think that's what makes me love Chip's Challenge so much back, when I used to play it. Just fast game, simple. The level of difficulty kind of seems to really flow with you. So the more that you learn about the game, the more intricate the puzzles can be. And it doesn't kind of like slap you in the face one day and be like, oh, by the way, I'm now officially the hardest game you've ever played. It's a much slower transition, which is great. Over 125 levels, you'd hope that I'd be able to figure some of these out. So I am going to be, this is still kind of the tutorial level, seeing how things work. A lot of them in the first stages are really similar to that. So if I place the blocks on their counterparts, i.e. the green blocks and the green squares, that is going to open up room for these chests, or these pillars that I will put down into the ground, and be able to make my way into this vortex, which will signify the completion of the level. There are different grades on the level as well, so I'm ranked 577th on that. But did I get any stars, any bonuses? I did, so I don't necessarily know how the goals work, if they explain it in the beginning, or is it just something arbitrary that you have to figure out in the end. I have no idea. I am going to use my backwards capability. So you ever have problems in Chip's Challenge that, it's like you go through the entire level and there's one little part that you accidentally messed up one of the moves. Just simply, if you do something like that, just hit the back button on Chuck's Challenge and you will just kind of do a moonwalk to go back to the beginning of the stage or wherever you messed up as. It's a really helpful feature that I've used quite a bit, especially when you have to solve some of the more trickier puzzles. So let's go back to the level sets, and we will take our look at Bembensa, which is my current level of difficulty. And the last level I completed was these ones. So, do I want to do it? Not necessarily. Some of these are actually pretty tricky. So let's start in some of the earlier ones. I know this one in particular took me a million years to really kind of understand, and I probably can't do it again now that I'm on it. But let's give it a shot. So the bridges, the wooden planks, are falling below me right now. And I have to figure out a way to go all the way to the left-hand side after I collect all of these little blue statues. And by the end, I should be able to win. Although I don't necessarily have all the faith in the world that I can do that. So if I go up here, no. So I collected all the little trinkets that I need to unlock the key. But I am not going to be able to get to the end that way. So if I go up here and up here, there we go. So grab the key, and for whatever reason, I could not figure that out for the life of me. It took me probably like 10 minutes to understand that, but then you can also go back and do it again in 47 seconds. So I think I got a little bit better there. So vote for Chuck's Challenge 3D. I saw it. It was greenlit. You could take that out now. Now, how about this? Is going to be a little bit of a brief preview, I suppose. Mostly because once you've seen like this little bit, there's going to be tons and tons of different ways that the game like kind of works with you, and lots of different puzzles and trinkets that the game will kind of like throw your way to make you think a little bit differently. So it's not all going to be like pressure plates. Sometimes the floor will be lava, or sometimes the floor will be ice, and sometimes you got to think a little bit more outside the box. So this is the daily or the weekly challenge, excuse me. So I've got to figure out a way to get to that vortex at the top. So what I'm going to do here is push that into the water. And I think... Wait a minute. Did I mess up? No, I didn't. I'm good. push that up there, and now I only have this one more. So I don't know the criteria to be on the weekly challenge boards, but I just accomplished this one in 32 seconds. That's pretty good. I haven't tried my hand at the developing or for the creation. I'm not really much of a creator. I have no idea how everything kind of works and what I would need to add if I wanted to. So I can add starting characters. I can add weird little people that I've never even seen before. So there's tons and tons I could probably use. Just make it all fire levels. And what if I added me here and put an ending somewhere? Would that get me somewhere? Would I? Here's a vortex, and place that there. Now play. All right. Well, that's actually a pretty good level. I don't think it's actually beatable, but it could be. If I go up here, no, that also kills me. Anywho. That is the level generator, so you can make them yourself and see how well that you can play the game. Probably a lot better than I can on such short notice. But we are going to go back to the home menu. Yes, please and thank you. Final thoughts about the game. Not bad. It's $10. I don't think I would. I wouldn't spend the $20 to get the full version of the game. I have zero interest in creating games or anything. I do have an interest in these hats. I have no idea how to get them. Maybe I have to beat more of the game to unlock the hats, and I can wear those. Chuck's Challenge, the spiritual successor for a free game, but it adds a lot. I don't understand the whole nuance behind the story or why I'm this Whoop, the purple alien. But it's a pretty cute way to bring one of my old favorite games to, you know, the kind of the limelight that it is now. So it's a whole lot of fun. I do appreciate the game and what it's kind of done. It's a fun little fast-paced puzzle. You can seriously spend hours just, you know, and not even realize it. I think those are the kind of like the best types of games as well. But regardless, the music kind of gets, I don't know, it hangs out in the background. You don't really notice it. The puzzles are great. The difficulty going from one to another is just superb. I never feel like the game is throwing something at me that I'm not quite prepared for yet. Overall, it's great. It's an addictive little puzzle game. If you've got $10 that you want to spend on it, or if you like Chip's Challenge way back when, definitely pick this one up then. You will appreciate it just as you appreciated those games in the past. Regardless, thank you all very much for watching. I am JSmith and I am on the internet. I will see you next time for another of my quick looks. Later!